right. Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Tabitha Celestin.
Okay, Miss Celestin, you were arrested and charged with battery, a first-degree misdemeanor. I have reviewed this, and I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I'll set bond in the amount of $500 with the special condition that you have no contact with the named victim in the case and that you possess no weapons. Anything else, State?
Hey, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Joseph Johnson Jr.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, you were arrested and charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, roadway solicitation without a permit. I have reviewed these, and I do find probable cause in these matters. And as to the possession of drug paraphernalia, I will stay the bond at $500, the roadway solicitation, stay the bond at $100, and solicitation without a permit, stay the bond at $100, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Yeah, adjudication credit time served.
I'm sorry, Anna, there was an offer to resolve Mr. Johnson's case with an adjudication credit time served. We'd like to accept and enter a plea of no contest as to all charges.
Yes.
Okay. No, if he's going to plea now, we'll vacate that. All right, sir, could you tell me, have you read through the plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering these pleas freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of these
No,
offenses?
ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
And to the charge of roadway solicitation, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
And to the charge of solicitation without a permit, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I'll accept your pleas, find you're entering them freely and voluntarily. I will adjudicate you guilty on all 3 counts. Give you credit for the time that you've served here in the Orange County. I'm sorry, what? 2 days. And I'll release you as to these charges. I'm also ordering court costs, reducing that to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Good luck to you, sir. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
It's Patrick Edward Hayes, 4UHO UN60F38, but I go by James Joseph Tomko too.
Okay. State, do you want to make a note of that? All right.
If he could,
You said Patrick Joseph Hayes, but he goes by James Tomko. I'm sorry, what?
Rhode Island, Nova Scotia,
oh,
Charlottetown.
okay. Patrick Hayes, okay, yeah, sure.
James Joseph Tomko was Ronald Reagan, when I was watched by him.
Oh, all right.
I told you there's conflict of
Problems with
concerns.
Okay.
security.
Okay. Well, sir, you're here on 2 separate matters. You have a new arrest of, for an open container.
Now, that, look, lady, I'm not putting up with that shit. I dig out of the dumpster and ate garbage.
Yes.
I'm eating
Okay.
out of the, I'm looking for ID from DMV.
All right.
DMV. I'm
Sir?
not playing games anymore. I need my DMV license. I need my bank account reinstated. They reinstated, and I don't, you know.
Do you want to listen?
All right.
No,
Sir,
I'm not, because I'm not. All right. No, I really don't give a shit.
Yeah, he's been deemed incompetent, Your Honor. I will waive the appearance.
okay, so I will appoint the public defender on both of his cases. On the open container, I'll set bond in the amount of $250. On the failure to provide ID, I'll set bond at $250, finding probable cause. And on his failure to appear, the previous judge set bond at $2,000. I'll stay that bond. And that is all. Separate case. All right. This does. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Carlos Blue.
Okay, Mr. Blue. Let's see. You are here on 2022 CF 13069AO, the charge of criminal mischief here in the jail. I did review this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you on that charge, and I will stay the $1,000 bond on this matter. And that is all. Goodness. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Jermaine Fortner.
Okay, Mr. Fortner, you are here on 2022 CF 13046AO, and the charge is aggravated assault with a firearm. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you on this charge, and I will set bond in the amount of $10,000 on this charge. Special conditions of the bond are that you have no contact with the named victim in this case, and you possess no weapons, and that is all.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, man, damn. That's your paper.
Your Honor, the next on the docket on the move-up list was Julian. He's at downtown court.
Oh, he's at downtown? Okay. Is he being reset to tomorrow, or what are we doing with him?
I don't know what he's downtown doing. Yes, Your Honor. I would just reset for tomorrow because I don't know what he's doing downtown.
Okay.
You know he's not getting out.
I don't think he's getting out, no. So, all right. So, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Keith Thompson.
Okay, Mr. Thompson. I can hear you through the masks. Yes. You want this? Give you all. Sure, and on Mr., what's his name? Julian? I understand. I'm appointing the public defender today, however. So. All right. So, Mr. Thompson, let's see. Oh, your paper's stuck to somebody else's. All right. Sir, you're here on a charge of sex offender failing to register. And A previous judge found Doug Walker found probable cause. I will stay the $1,000 bond. Special condition is that you register as required within 72 hours of your release, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you
So I will be getting out?
if you post a $1,000 bond. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
John Trazilian.
Okay, Mr. Trazilian, you are here on 2022 CF 12884AO, and this is a charge of burglary of a structure. I have, let's see. There was a capias issued in Division 20, and they set the bond in the amount of $2,500 with the special conditions that you have no. Oh, here's the rest of Trazilian. These are no. These are, okay. Like, what is that? I'll figure it out someday. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Odoms, I've been handed a plea form. Are you intending to enter a plea today?
Yes, but I wasn't in here for no suspended license, miss. I was in here for a simple trespass.
Excuse me?
I was in here for a simple trespass, not no suspended license. I mean, motor vehicle thing.
As I explained, Your Honor, that when they get arrested and he already has an open case, if he's being held in the Orange County Jail, he is brought here for arraignment.
Right. You're not in jail on this charge. You're in jail on the other charge, but you were set for arraignment, so we're just doing it in jail instead. Okay? So, and part of arraignment is entering a plea. You can either enter a plea of not guilty and resolve your case at a later date, or if you want to resolve it today, you can enter a plea of no
Get
contest.
out of here.
Okay, well, this will not affect what's holding you in jail. Okay, but if you want to resolve your driving while license suspended, it's an adjudication, time served, and then court costs will be reduced to a civil judgment. And that'll resolve this case, but you're not being held in jail on this case.
I want to resolve, please.
Okay, all right. Sir, have you read through the plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Okay. All right, yes, ma'am.
Okay, then to the charge of driving while license suspended with knowledge, how do you wish to plea?
No contents.
Okay, sir, I'll accept your plea. Find you're entering the plea freely and voluntarily. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the time that you've served in the Orange County Jail on this. Okay, because you weren't arrested on this. You were just given a notice to appear previously?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'll adjudicate you guilty, order court costs, reduce those to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court, okay? We'll need to get his fingerprints back there. It's an adjudication on a Dwillis.
No, we just told you.
Sir, you're not in jail on this charge, so. I don't know how many times I needed to tell him, he's not in jail on this charge. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
No, I said,
Yes, ma'am. My name is Nidia Alexis Janire Oppenheimer Ramos.
case. Ma'am, you're here for an arraignment on a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia.
Your Honor,
Yes.
at this time, with regard to case number 22 MM7095, state announces a no information.
Okay. So ma'am, I was going to arraign you, but the state has decided they're not going to file on this case, okay? All right. So I release you as to this charge. I don't think she's in on this charge, is she?
She wasn't.
No, okay. So this charge is done. All right. Okay, thank you. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Warner Brew.
Okay, Mr. Abreu, you were arrested and charged with battery, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail, up to a year probation, up to a $1,000 fine. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. Are you seeking the public defender, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Okay, I will appoint the public defender to represent you, and I,
By Mr. Abreu for trial release, Judge.
he does? Okay. Sir, I'll release you on pretrial release, which is a non-monetary release. You don't have to put any money up. However, there are conditions. All right? One condition is that you are to consume no alcohol. Okay? Also, you are to have no contact with any of the victims in this case. And also, you are not to return to Orlando International Airport unless you have a valid ticket. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. That's it.
Your Honor, Stacy Browning bonded.
Okay. You want that? Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Yasel Cabrera.
Hey, Mr. Cabrera. You were arrested and charged with trespass on property after warning at the 7-Eleven on Narcousie Road. Okay. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And you are currently out. Is he on bond or on?
He's out on bond for trespass in Osceola County.
Okay, so you're currently out on bond for another trespass in Osceola County.
Yes, Your Honor. However, there was an offer to resolve the new law with an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. Is it no return?
Yeah, no return to the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, and no return to the 7-Eleven. I believe on the out on bond in Osceola, he's currently in the process of fighting that case. He would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor. And in response, I just ask that you take no action on the out on bond. He's trying to go to trial and fight that issue.
Okay. All right. Sir, have you read through a plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the charge of trespass after warning, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering the plea freely and voluntarily. I will adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the time that you've served here in the Orange County Jail on this charge, release you as to this charge. Order that you not return to the 7-Eleven at 8220 Narcoossee Road, Orlando, Florida, and that you have no contact with Christina Glass, the named victim in this case. Also, court costs, I'll reduce to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. I'm going to take no action on your other trespass. But sir, you keep picking up trespasses. You seem to be where people don't want you to be. So
I know.
unless you really like the food here, I suggest you stop doing that.
Okay.
The next on the docket would have been Shelton, last name Donald.
Yes.
Not here due to medical reasons.
Okay.
I will waive if you appoint us, Your Honor.
Excuse me. On Shelton Penson, I found probable cause, will appoint the public defender, and they're waiving his appearance. I'll stay the bond at 500. Special conditions of the bond are that he have no contact with the victim, Thomas Harper, and he possessed no weapons.
No return, Your Honor?
And no return. Okay. All right. Is this Paul Knight? Okay. Yeah, I only have half the paperwork for. Okay, Tashawn Kanagata, 2022 MM7558AO.
It should be right
Were you not in there when we went over the pleas?
220-26261.
Well then,
Bonded, thank you.
no, I was gonna tell him to take you back so you can take time to read it. It's not a problem, they'll bring you back. For the plea that we talked about? It's fine. It's just whatever it is.
She said, "Don't sign nothing."
All right, so could you tell me your name for the record, sir? Okay, so it's my understanding you wish to enter a plea to this charge of trespass on property after warning? Okay, then. Sir, have you read through the plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense? And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation? Then to the charge of trespass on property after warning, how do you wish to plea? Okay, I'll accept the no contest plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily, and I will adjudicate you guilty of trespass at the Christian Service Center. I will give you credit for the time that you've served here in the Orange County Jail, order that you not return to the Christian Service Center at 808 West Central Boulevard, Orlando, Florida. I'm also ordering court costs, reducing them to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Yes, sir. You have 30 days to appeal. Okay. And if you can't afford an attorney to appeal, then we can appoint an attorney for you. Okay? All right. Good luck to you, sir. Don't go back there. Thank you.
Honor, the next on our docket would have been with Ray Lamar, he bonded.
Okay, Ray Lamar is bonded. Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Your Honor, with regard to case number 22MM639AW, possession of drug paraphernalia, state announces no information.
Okay, then, ma'am, I release you as to 2022 MM639AW. And given that, I'm going to take no action on what she's out on bond for. Okay. That. I do have Trey Williams.
He's bonded.
He's bonded.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And next also, we have Mr. Miles Wilson.
Yes.
He's not here due to behavioral reasons.
All right.
I will waive, Your Honor, if you appoint.
Okay, I find probable cause for the charge of battery. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. They're waiving his appearance. I am setting bond in the amount of $500 with special conditions that he not return to the Greyhound at 555 North John Young Parkway, Orlando, that he have no contact with Mr. Welch, and that he possess no weapons.
On the docket would have been Trayvon Harley.
Yes.
He bonded.
Yours, okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Alexis Malone.
Okay, Miss Malone. Let's see. Were arrested and charged with leaving the scene of a crash with property damage, as well as a charge of no valid driver's license. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, ma'am. And I will set bond on the leaving the scene at $500 and on the no valid driver's license also at $500. Special condition of your bond is that you do not drive without a valid driver's license. Okay, that is all. All right. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Jasmine Ramirez Lazardi.
Okay, Ms. Ramirez Lazardi. You were arrested and charged with no valid driver's license. I do find probable cause.
The offer from the state, Your Honor, is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and she would like to accept an interplea of no contest.
All right. Ma'am, have you read through the plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yeah, you just have to do it.
Yes.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
No.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
And to the charge of driving with no valid driver's license, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the time that you've served here in the Orange County Jail. Order court costs, reduce them to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Please don't drive without a valid license. Okay. Tayo Williams.
Just want to make sure.
All right, could you tell me your name for the record?
Brenda? It was
Okay.
suspended class.
Mr. Williams, you were arrested and on a failure to appear on a reckless driving charge, and you wish to resolve the case? Yes? Okay. Did you read through this plea form, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into this plea? Did you read through this plea form, and do you understand the rights you're waiving? Okay. Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Mom.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
Just if you're on probation.
Oh, no, Mom, I'm not.
Okay. The reason I ask is if you're on probation and you plead to a new charge while you're on probation, it'll violate your probation. So if you're not on probation, that shouldn't affect you. All right? Okay, and how do you wish to plead to the charge of reckless driving, sir?
No contest.
I will accept your plea. I'll find you're entering the plea freely and voluntarily, and I will withhold adjudication and give you credit for the time that you served here in the Orange County Jail, and order that you complete the driving while license suspended class within 60 days of your release, and also order court costs, but reduce those to a civil judgment. Okay, you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. 60 days of release. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, sir, could you tell me your name for the record? Okay, Mr. Arce, you were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a weapon. Okay. And I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I will go ahead and stay the bond in the amount of $5,000. Special conditions of the bond are that you possess no weapons and that you not return to the Coin Laundry at 5360 South John Young Parkway, Orlando. And that is all. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
My name is John Billheimer.
Okay, Mr. Billheimer, you were arrested and charged with battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer without violence, loitering and prowling, and trespass on school grounds or facility after warning. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter. And on the battery on a law enforcement officer, I will set bond at the amount of $1,000. On the resisting without violence, $100. Loitering and prowling, $100. Trespass on school grounds after warning, I'll stay the bond at $500. Special conditions of that bond are that you not return to those school grounds. You're currently out on 2 different trespass charges. I'm going to take no action on those.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, next on the docket would have been Garrison Cook.
Yes.
He recused his appearance.
All right. So he's got failures to appear on 2019 CF 3121AO and 2018 CF 677AO. And the judge in those cases has set him at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status. Is he already represented by the PD?
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay. And that's all. We have Andy Diaz. Okay. Good afternoon.
I'm not sure if it's possible to get an interpreter this late for him. He would prefer one. If it's not possible, then we will go ahead without it. He's okay with that, but.
Spanish interpreter.
Spanish,
I'll see
yes.
what I can do.
Hello, Cisco Unity connection.
So that's a no.
Yeah.
Hold on. No one.
He's okay to go without it, Your Honor. He understands moving
Okay.
forward without it, so we're comfortable. And Samantha Lambert on behalf of Andy Diaz.
Okay. All right, sir, you were arrested and charged with trafficking in cocaine between 200 and 400 grams. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in that matter. You've hired private counsel in this case. And your current bond is at $250,000. And is there anything?
We'd just be asking, Your Honor, to set it on the lower end of the current bond schedule for that, which my understanding is between $10,000 and $50,000, I think, per the amended order. But whatever is in your discretion, he has no criminal history, no failures to appear. This is the first time he's been arrested.
State?
Your Honor, I would ask that you leave it where it is. He had kilos of cocaine, Your Honor. So this isn't just, it happened to be in the trafficking amount with 28 grams. It kilos. So no, I'm going to ask that it stay as is, Your Honor.
Oh, I heard something about an amended bond schedule. Is this above the bond schedule?
I'm looking right now, Your Honor.
Yeah, I didn't bring it with me, but that was my understanding. I could be wrong, but particularly for this charge, it was my understanding that the range was between 10,000 and 50,000.
No, Your Honor, this is actually, well, at the bond schedule that I'm looking at, because it's between the 400 grams and the 150 kilograms, the bottom of it is 250,000.
Okay. All right, I'm going to stay the bond at $250,000. Condition, possess no weapons.
Thank you. May I be
Okay.
excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Your Honor, next on the docket would have been Michael Flowers.
Yes.
He refused his appearance.
All right. On 2022 CF 10674AO, this was a capias on a grand theft third degree. He was arrested on, I'll stay the bond amount at $1,500, and I will appoint the public defender to represent him.
I apologize. Why did he not show in court?
He refused to attend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Probably tired of coming back because he has so many little trips here. All right. Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Natasha Denise Glee.
Okay, Ms. Glee, you are here on a charge of aggravated battery with a weapon. Let's see. And that's in 2022 CF 13064AO. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I will set bond in the amount of $15,000 with special conditions that you possess no weapons and that you have no contact with the named victim. Ma'am, you are currently out on bond on 2022 CF 12785AO. Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, carrying a concealed weapon by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. And at this time, I'm going to revoke that bond and double it. It previously was 4,300 total, and now it would be 8,600 total, but I don't know what the breakdown is, so I need to look that up. CF 12785.
Once she finishes up.
So she have 4 counts.
Well, it appears you were ROR'd on counts 4, 5, 6, and 7.
And if I, May, Your Honor, I just ask that, I know you set it at 15,000 on count 1. I just ask that you consider the facts in this particular case and reducing the bond. It appears that there was a witness slash victim number 2 who actually stated that the alleged victim in this case was coming after my client. So I just ask that you consider that when setting the bond on count 1. 15,000 is too high for her to afford, Your Honor. And she's currently pregnant.
This is going to be my compromise. I'm going to keep that at $15,000, but I'm not going to take any action on the case she's out on bond for. So, I don't want to look it up. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Clifford Good, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Good, you are here on 2022 CF 10674B. And that's for a capias on a grand theft third-degree charge, where the judge set your bond at $1,500, I apologize. So I'll stay the bond at $1,500. This is in Division 16. Special conditions are do not return to the scene of the offense and no contact directly with the victim, co-defendant, or witness. Okay. They had used down as, I don't know if it's a failure to appear. Anyway. So, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you on that case.
Your Honor, next on the docket would have been Robert Green. He bonded.
Okay. Maurice Devon Griffin.
Griffin is currently on mental health status.
I will waive if you appoint, Your Honor.
All right. So in 2022 CF 13056AO, I do find probable cause for the petty theft with priors. I'll appoint the public defender, stay the bond at $1,000. Special condition that she not return to 13121 South OBT. And I'll take no action on the case she's out on for.
Even though it's a theft, Your Honor, and charges have been filed?
The charges have been filed.
Yes, Your Honor, arraignment is set for December 1st.
Okay, then I will revoke that bond and set the new bond at $1,000 on 2022 CF 10010AO. Jeffrey Thomas Henderson.
Henderson bonded, Your Honor.
Okay. Jason Keenan.
Your Honor, my apologies. The next on our docket would have been Law.
Okay.
He bonded.
Yeah, Law bonded.
Lal bonded?
What happened to Keenan?
Okay, what happened to Jason Keenan?
Your Honor, my apologies. Keenan is not on our docket.
I only had part of his paperwork. I just had this.
She's due for add-on charge today.
Do you need, okay.
I do. That's that.
Need the inmate
All
number?
right. What did we find out about Jason Keenan?
Yes.
I didn't get anything over here. I just got,
Where's she from? It's the add-on charge. Wow.
do we want to add him on for tomorrow? I don't know. Or if see,
Case number, because he's here on other cases. This is an add-on. Do you want to set for tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just let him.
yeah, let's reset him for tomorrow. Find out what needs to be added on. Okay, next I have Christopher Luke Lewis.
Currently on mental health status, Your Honor.
Okay,
I will waive if you appoint, Your Honor.
then on 2022 CF 13020AO, he's charged with grand theft motor vehicle and driving while license suspended. I find probable cause, appoint the public defender, they waive his appearance. I'll stay the bond at $1,000 on the grand theft motor vehicle and $150 on the driving while license suspended. Special condition that he does not drive with a suspended driver's license. Okay. Jordan Lindsay.
Lindsay bonded, Your Honor.
Okay. Joshua Martin.
He's approaching, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Joshua Martin, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Martin, you're here on two cases. One is 2022 CF 10649AO. You were arrested and charged with robbery by sudden snatching, as well as misdemeanor battery. I have reviewed this, and probable cause was found by Judge Allen, and I will set a bond on the robbery by sudden snatching at $2,500 and the battery at $500 for a total of $3,000. Special condition is that you have no contact with the named victim and appoint the public defender on all of these. Okay. There's that.
I'm just finding the name. You can keep moving. I'm just gonna write the, you didn't.
Jeremy Ray Martz.
Your Honor, Mark refused his appearance.
Can we refuse our appearance? Excuse me. Brought no water, okay. So on 2022 CF 13022AO, Mr. Martz was arrested on possession of fentanyl, possession of aprazolam, and possession of drug paraphernalia. You're not Mr. Martz, are you? Okay. I'll get to you in 1 second, sir. I find probable cause, appoint the public defender, they'll waive his appearance, and I will stay the bond amounts at $1,000, $1,000, and $500. Then, on 2022 CF 11363AO, Mr. Martz was charged with petty theft with 2 prior convictions. And I've reviewed this, and I do find probable cause here, and will appoint the public defender. Judge Karsten set his bond at $3,500. I'm going to reduce that to $1,000. Special condition that he not return to the store where this occurred, and appoint the public defender. All right, are you Angel Morales?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's see, sir, you have a, what do you have? All right. Sir, you're here on 2 cases, 2022 CF 13052AO and 13051AO. Each of these cases, you're charged with dealing in stolen property, receiving money from a pawnbroker by false verification of ownership, and theft. I've reviewed these. I do find probable cause on all 6 of these charges, and I will appoint the public defender on both cases. And on your dealing in stolen property charges, I'm setting bond in the amount of $2,500. The receiving money from a pawnbroker, $150. The grand theft, $150. And then the same on the second case, $2,500, $150, $150. And special condition, you have no contact with any of the victims.
No return, Your Honor.
And no return to
Harbor Freight.
where she said.
Do you need the address?
Yes, Harbor Freight Tools, is that what
Yes.
it is?
Yes. 10525 East Colonial Drive.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
My first name is Raid. My middle name is Ode. My last name is Moala.
Okay, sir, you're here for a failure to appear for a violation of probation status hearing that was scheduled for October 24th of this year. The judge in that case revoked your release and set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status and appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
May I explain?
It's not going to matter, sir. I can't change it. So explain it to your attorney. Okay, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Rudy Nunez, ma'am.
Mr. Nunez, you're here on 2022 CF 13070AO on a charge of lewd and lascivious behavior exhibition in front of someone 18 years older than 16, under 18, and also exposure of sexual organs. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. You do not qualify for the public defender, so I will not appoint them to represent you. All right, on count one, lewd and lascivious exhibition, I'll set bond at $15,000. On exposure of sexual organs, set bond at $1,000. That's $16,000 on that case. You are currently out on bond on 2022 CF 3691AO. And state, has that charge been filed yet?
Yes, Your Honor, pretrial is set for December 6th.
Okay, sir, at this time, I am revoking your bond and setting you at no bond. You can take this before the judge that case is assigned to.
Your Honor, with regard to the new law offense, I would ask that defendant have no contact with any minors.
Okay, and a condition of your bond on the new law offense is no contact with any minor. That is all.
All right, Your Honor.
Seriously.
Your Honor, if you had Angel Pagani bonded,
Okay. All right, do we have Michael Stewart Paragood?
Your Honor, he's currently on mental health status.
Okay,
I will waive if you appoint your Honor.
all right. On 2022 CF 13066AO, I find probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him on the robbery, set bond at $2,500. On the battery, 100. Special conditions, no return, no contact with the named victim. Possess no weapons. That is all. Christian Perez? Are you? Okay, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name for the record?
Christian Perez.
Okay, Mr. Perez, you failed to appear on 2022 CF 9577AO in Division 12. Charge is carrying a concealed firearm and resisting an officer without violence. The judge set a bond on your failure to appear. $5,000 on the carrying a concealed firearm, $2,000 on the resisting without violence. I'll stay those bond amounts. And are you already represented, sir?
No.
No, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay, Jose Torna.
He refused his appearance, Your Honor.
And I will waive your Honor.
All right, we're here on 2022 CF 12938. Jose, is it Jose? Yeah, Jose Torna. And on that case, the charge is petty theft with 2 priors. I find probable cause, appoint the public defender, they waive his appearance. I'll stay the bond amount in $1,000, order that he not return to wherever this occurred. No return to the scene of the offense. And that is all. And Henry Lee Wells. Is that you, sir? Your name?
Really well, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, good afternoon.
No.
Okay, sir, you were arrested and charged with possession of a stolen or counterfeit credit card. Excuse me. And you were arrested on a warrant. A previous judge found probable cause, Judge Lattimore, and set your bond at $1,500. And I will stay the bond at $1,500 on this case and appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Williams, you were arrested and charged with aggravated assault. Judge Duckworth reviewed this and found probable cause. For the aggravated assault charge, I will set bond in the amount of $3,500. Special conditions are that you have no contact with the victim, that you not return to the scene, you possess no weapons. I will appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter, sir. Okay.
Your Honor, just for clarification, what did we decide to do with Jason Keenan? Is that being rolled until tomorrow? I think he was, no, he got left off the docket.
Yeah, I got this paperwork, I never got any other paperwork, so
Okay.
I don't think he was. All right, good morning, could you tell me your name?
Stacia Marinetta Allen.
Okay. Miss Allen, let's see. You are here on a violation of probation,
Yes, ma'am.
and Judge Nunez Navarro has set this at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status and appoint the public defender to represent you. That is all.
Hello?
Okay, good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Lindsay Minor.
Okay, Miss Minor, you are here on a violation of probation.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. Okay, and on the violation of probation, the judge, is this Judge Gibson? Yes, it is. Judge Gibson set your bond at none, so I will stay the no bond status and appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay,
Yes,
Okay.
I'll enter it now.
we'll do that then.
Division 82, VLP status, January 9th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 9B.
Sorry. Okay.
What does it say?
All right. Is this D'Angelo Alston?
No, this is Mr. May.
Miss Sweet's client, okay. All right, Daryl Vincent May, 2021 CT 3254AO, represented by Miss Sweet.
I'm here. Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
May I address the court?
Yes.
The state had a resolution that, because Mr. May has been in jail, I believe, for about 2 weeks, that the recommendation of probation was to just revoke and terminate the probation, because he completed everything as far as I know.
State?
It's a new law violation, Your Honor. It appears to be domestic violence in Pinellas County. I'm reading the affidavit from probation, and it does appear that Mr. May has completed all of his conditions. The recommendation, therefore, is to revoke and terminate probation.
And how much time has he served on this?
Well, for this last,
You have to ask the clerk.
as of this,
I'm sorry.
as of this last stint, Your Honor, it's been 13 days.
13 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
He does have history. This is his second violation, but if he's completed all the conditions.
So is he entering a plea?
I guess, do we need to use a form?
Yes, generally you do need
Do
to
you all
use
have
the
a form
form.
here?
Ms. George, do you know?
A violation of probation plea form?
Misdemeanor. Because I could just pass this and I could do the form and come back with the court's permission. Yeah, that's it.
Sure, sir. Have you seen a violation of probation plea form before?
Yes, ma'am.
You might have.
Here it is, right here. You know, all right. Sign right there. Sign your name right there. Let me have your address. Any apartment? Three two eight two four. Phone number? Almost. V, right, Vincent? Madam Prosecutor, what was those last four digits again? 2021 CT? You had it right there in the paper.
It was 3254.
What was it?
3254.
Thank you. AO, right?
Yes.
May 21 CT 3254AO. Okay.
Oh, yes.
All right. Sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
Gerald Vincent May, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. May, have you previously read through a violation of probation plea form, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea? Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Are you satisfied with the services of your attorney? Okay, and as to the violation of probation, are you entering a plea of no contest to violating your probation? Okay, sir, I will accept your plea of no contest, and I will adjudicate you guilty of violating your probation, sentencing you to the 13 days credit. 27 on this? Okay. Then I will give you credit for whatever time you have served on this. So this is 27 days. Revoke and terminate your probation. Any outstanding costs that you have, I reduce to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. He needs to be fingerprinted. I release you as to this charge. And I think we're done. All right, thank you, Ms.
Your Honor. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Yeah, I'm coming with you.
Let's all wish this storm to go somewhere else. All right, D'Angelo Alston. Okay, sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
D'Angelo Austin.
Okay, Mr. Alston, you were arrested and charged with panhandling. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause.
Your Honor, there was an offer to resolve the case with an adjudication of guilt, credit, time served, and Mr. Austin was Mr. pleading no contest.
All right. Sir, have you read through a plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No.
Were you on any criminal probation at the time of this offense?
No.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay, then to the charge of panhandling, how do you wish to plea?
Contest.
No contest.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily, and I will adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 3 days?
Days.
3 days that you have previously served, release you as to this charge, order court costs, reduce those to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Good luck to you, sir. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Ryan Brad Aber.
Okay, Mr. Ebert, you were arrested and charged with fleeing and attempting to elude a police officer, grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, as well as driving while license permanently revoked. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause on all 3 counts, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I'll set bond in the following amounts. As to the fleeing and eluding, set bond at $5,000. Grand theft third degree, $3,000. Driving while license permanently revoked, $2,000 for a total of $10,000. Special condition of that release is that you do not drive without a valid driver's license. And that's all.
Your Honor, he has a 5-day hold for probation. He's on felony probation, so there's a 5-day violent felony of special concern.
Okay,
He has a 5-day hold.
all right.
5 days to give me?
No.
Your Honor,
Yes,
Oscar Sayas Natal,
yes.
currently on medical status.
Say permanent medical status?
On medical status.
Medical status. All right. Then, okay.
You gonna waive?
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office, find probable cause on all of these counts, on the burglary of a dwelling, set bond at $5,000, possession of methamphetamine, set bond at $1,000, criminal mischief at $500, possession of drug paraphernalia $500, special condition that he not return to the scene, 18107 Dolan Lane, and he have no contact with the named victim in the case. And I'll waive it, well,
I will wait.
she'll waive his appearance. Okay. His appearance is waived. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Chase Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown. Let's see. You were arrested and charged with criminal mischief as well as battery domestic violence. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause on the criminal mischief and on the battery domestic violence. I will set bond in the amount of $500 on the criminal mischief, $500 on the battery domestic violence. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in these matters, and special conditions of your bond are that you have no contact with the named victim, who I believe is your mother in this case, that you maintain a separate residence. You can return once, accompanied by police to obtain your property, also that you possess no weapons, and also random urinalysis as a condition of your bond. Okay. That goes to you. Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Rodina Pierre Demont.
Okay, Ms. Demont. You were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a weapon, domestic violence. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter. And I will set bond in the amount of $1,000.
Your Honor?
Yes.
If you pay attention to this defendant's history, along with the felonies and misdemeanors, there's also 5 failures to appear. And earlier in this year, there was an arrest for the same victim for domestic violence.
It was not, it was wrong. Oh, misunderstand.
Well, I understand that, and I'm going to make some conditions, but I am going to put the monetary amount at $1,000. Special conditions that they maintain separate residence, that she possess no weapons. I will appoint the public defender to represent her. The victim did not write a statement, so we have an issue there. She can return once, accompanied by police to pick up her property. No contact with the named victim.
And she's on probation as well, Your Honor, so there's a 5-day hold in place.
Okay, well, this more than likely will violate her probation, so. But we're not addressing that today.
Yeah, they have that. Focus off.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Luz Selenia Garcia.
Okay, Ms. Garcia, you were arrested and charged with aggravated battery with a weapon, domestic violence. And, excuse me, I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And I will set bond in the amount of $2,500. Special conditions of the bond are that you are to maintain a separate residence from the named victim. You can return once. Okay, I know she's trying to communicate. I'll give you a minute.
Could you do the, you did the maintain separate residence because she stayed in the victim moved out. So I just wanted to, she was talking, I didn't hear the conditions.
Okay. Take it off. And was DCF contacted, state? She's not in the court. Well, I just need,
I didn't see that, Your Honor.
I didn't see it either. Then we don't need her back.
Your Honor, I have a question. I'm sorry. Going back to the, she was stating that the victim is not there. We weren't unable to contact the victim. So I know with these type of cases, we have a law enforcement officer that will go the one time to make that determination to see if the victim is still there, because if she goes and the victim is still there and we never made contact, she already violated. So,
Her daughter lives at the house.
because they both have the same address. Okay.
Her daughter lives at the
Okay.
house, who actually confirmed she had law
Oh, okay.
enforcement was there when he was escorted out.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't know.
Okay. Just so we're clear, if he's living there, you can't live there. Do you understand? But if he's not living there, then you can live there. You're to have no contact with him. Okay, great, thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Joshua Howick.
Okay, Mr. Howick. You were arrested and charged with kidnapping with a firearm, aggravated assault with a firearm, battery, domestic violence, as well as battery. Judge Whitehead found probable cause and set you at no bond on the kidnapping with a firearm. I will stay the no bond status on that. Set bond at $1,000 on aggravated assault with a firearm. Set no bond on the battery domestic violence, which I will set the bond at $1,000 on that. And the other charge of battery, set the bond of $500. Special conditions are that you are to have no contact with the victims. You're to possess no weapons. And I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you in this matter.
He's on probation as well, Your Honor.
Your Honor, can I also get a no return? I believe this did happen at the home of at least one of the victims.
Okay, and no return, but he's no bond on the kidnapping. So. But no return, no contact. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Jose Alexis Gonzalez Saxton.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez Saxon, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence, a first-degree misdemeanor. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. We have a witness in the witness box. We could swear her.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name for the record.
Leanne Keen.
Okay, state.
Good morning, Ms. Keene. How do you know the defendant?
That is my partner.
Do you live together?
Yes.
While this case is pending, would you like to have contact with him?
Yes.
Has something like this happened before?
No.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
Yes.
Can you tell which one?
Drugs.
I have no further questions at this time. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Ma'am, you indicated you wanted to have contact. Do you want to live together, or you just want to be able to have contact?
He's welcome to come home.
I can't hear you.
I
What?
said he's welcome to come home.
All right. Sir, I find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Going to set bond in the amount of $1,000 with the special condition you are to have no hostile contact with the named victim. In this case, you are to possess no weapons.
Your Honor, based on the testimony, can you also do random urinalysis?
Yes, thank you. I knew I was forgetting something. And random urinalysis as a condition of your release, sir.
Something?
Who said that?
I did.
Yes.
He's the only one working in the home, so, is it possible that we could think about less than $1,000 for bond?
Your Honor, oh, I'm sorry. She asked you a question.
How long has he lived in the area? Do we know?
I think he grew up here in Florida, Orlando.
It's a, what she asked for? It'll still be the same. It's still gonna be 100 with the bail bondsman.
It is, but.
So it'll be 100 with the bail bondsman, whether it's 1,000 or 500, it's still gonna be $100.
Okay, that's fine, thank you.
Leave it at 1,000. Thank you. That's all.
And Your Honor, since you're doing random urinalysis, could he have that 30-day grace period to get anything out of his system? That's fine. But that's the problem.
Yes, 30-day grace period.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Are you Carla Reeder?
No.
She's already been released? Okay. All right, good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Could you tell me your name?
Mike Reeder. Father's
Okay.
husband.
All right, sir, Carla Lynn Reeder, apparently, are you saying she's been released? She was, I don't understand.
For medical reasons, she's not here.
For medical reasons, she's not present, sir.
Okay.
Okay, but you wanted to be heard?
Yeah, well, yes, of course. She was mad yesterday, and she's been having some mental issues, honestly. And she was mad, had something in her head. She started arguing with me, and then she wanted the phone. So when she tried grabbing the phone, I didn't give it to her. She reached over to grab the keys out of the truck. Well, when she kept coming at me like that, I was driving 50 miles an hour. So I pushed her over to the passenger side of the truck. Well, I have a 4-door pickup, full-size pickup. I had the back seat down. I have 2 pit bulls. One's 100 pounds and one's 80 pounds. And when I shoved her over to the door and leaned over, my dog bit me on top of the head. So there wasn't nothing as far as her. I mean, we were having, she was pitching a fit is what she was doing. And the dogs were like tense. But when I shoved her over there, the dog is very, very protective over her. And even with me, and I delivered the dog. The dog's 7 years old. It wasn't that we had some battery fight, whatever. It was just her just running her mouth at me. And when I wouldn't give her the phone, she got even worse. And when I went to push her away so I could pull over because I was driving at 50 miles an hour. And when I leaned over, that's when the dog bit me on the top of the head. Now I had to go in the emergency room. I got 7 staples put in my head last night. I didn't get home from the hospital until 4:30 this morning.
Okay.
So, but I just wanted to be that it wasn't that she was hitting me or there was nothing like that. And the reason she got taken away is because she got smart with the cops. I mean, she was coming unglued and she just started running her mouth. When she started running her mouth, it hurt enough.
Okay, sir, I'm going to cut you off here, all right?
Okay.
Some questions because they may bring her tomorrow. And we just want to have some basic information as far as, State, do you want to ask them some questions?
The only question I have, Your Honor, is does he want to have contact with her?
Yes, I'm her primary caregiver. I'm with her all the time. So yes, of course I do. I know she's going through a rough time at this point, and we've been married 30 years. We've been together 37 years. So yes, I do.
All right.
But I don't want to be put away from her because she needs to have somebody with her, around her.
Okay. I'm in a find probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender. They're waiving her appearance today. I'm going to set bond in the amount of, she has no priors? No, she has some priors.
Yeah, like maybe
Okay, I'm going to
25
set
years.
bond in the amount of $500. Conditions of the bond are she's to have no hostile contact with you and possess no weapons. Okay?
Okay, well, I don't let her have no weapons anyway.
Okay, all right.
But I appreciate it because she needs help, but she doesn't need incarcerated. That's not the type of help she needs right now.
Okay.
But I thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, you have a good day. Bye.
You too, bye-bye. Okay. Morning, could you tell me your name?
My name is Cornelius Rembert.
Okay, Mr. Rembert, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. And I have reviewed this, and let's see. Were you both arrested? No? Okay. All right. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked you a question. I apologize, sir. Okay, I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. And I will set bond in the amount of $500, appoint the public defender to represent you, and order that you all maintain separate residences. You can return once.
Your Honor, we did qualify Mr. Rembert for straight pretrial release.
Oh, he did?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right, then I'm going to release you on straight pretrial release with the conditions that you possess no weapons, that you have no contact with the named victim, that you maintain separate residences. You can return once accompanied by law enforcement to obtain your property. And I've appointed the public defender. Okay. Okay, yeah, they don't live together, so it'll work out. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Brandon Zielinski.
Okay, Mr. Zielinski, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence, a first-degree misdemeanor. I have reviewed this, and I do find probable cause and will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And we have somebody in the witness box.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, to help you God?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
Brittany Townsend.
Okay, Ms. Townsend, State, do you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, ma'am. How do you know the defendant?
He's my boyfriend.
I'm sorry?
My boyfriend?
And do you live together?
Yes.
While this case is pending, do you want to have contact with him?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you want to continue living together?
Yes.
Has something like this happened before?
We have had issues in the past, but this honestly was an accident.
Okay. Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, I will set bond at $500. Special conditions of the bond, you are to have no hostile contact with Ms. Townsend. That means if you start feeling angry, it's your obligation to walk away, go take a walk around the block, calm down. I don't have jurisdiction over her, I have jurisdiction over you, okay?
Your Honor?
Yes.
My system is down, but I believe that there have been at least 2 other incidents of domestic violence this year with the same victim.
She wants
Can I
to
say something, please?
Yes,
We
ma'am.
have been taking steps to get help to work on that. So honestly, this incident was an accident, and I didn't even call the police when I was injured. So I called the police because I wanted my items. It's not an issue. We're taking steps to get help to help ourselves, so this isn't an issue.
Your Honor, I believe I've just heard that the police were not called due to an injury, but they were called due to trying to retrieve some items. I would ask for no contact, Your Honor.
I would ask for maintain separate residence, Your Honor, and allow non-hostile contact, given that she was already moving out, maybe separation, not living together, would be better.
Okay. All right, no hostile contact, maintain separate residences. So for the time being, you guys take a break. And if you're breaking up, fine. If you're not breaking up, figure out how to live peaceably, but for the time being, maintain separate residences. Now, and are you saying you were moving out?
We had gotten into an argument, and not necessarily anyone was moving out. I mean, I can, but at the time I wasn't able to get my belongings, and that's the only reason why I called the police. I got injured literally on an accident. It was my own fault.
Okay. It's going to say maintain separate residences. If he's moving out, then he can return once in order to obtain his property. And no weapons. I wrote it, I didn't know if I said it. Okay. Then I probably didn't say it. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Wardell Jones.
Okay, Mr. Jones. You are here on an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County. The judge down there has set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status, and Orange County and Osceola will come get you pretty soon, okay? All right, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Vanessa Martinez.
Okay, Ms. Martinez, you were arrested on an out-of-county warrant for a petty theft out of Polk County. And the judge down there set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status, and Polk County will come get you soon. Thank you. Okay, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Ms. Maris. Like you have somebody here. You were arrested on an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County, and the judge down there set your bond at no bond, so I'll stay the no bond status, and Osceola County will come get you soon. We have somebody who wants to be heard on an out-of-county warrant.
My husband.
Your husband, okay.
Excuse me,
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
State your name for the record, please.
It's Amaris. I wanted to state that when I called the police in Osceola County, I made it clear that I didn't want to make no report. You know, I told him we had a little argument, and she, you know, pulled my shirt, and that was it. He decided to take it upon himself to make his own report. Now, my wife is about to miss out on her job today. I have a kid that I got to take to school. I can't do this on my own, so I don't know how this is going to go play out.
Okay, sir, this is an Osceola County warrant. They're going to take her to Osceola County. You can talk to the judge in Osceola County about it, but I cannot change this fact that she has a no bond status.
Your Honor, we did qualify her for pretrial release. Anytime we get an out-of-county warrant, if it's from Osceola County, we can we do the paperwork and then we send it over. We should get her our paperwork and then we send her over to Osceola County. But we can do that with Osceola County warrants. And we have to do the full screening, especially if it's a battery DV, and we can qualify them based on that.
Can we give her a date in Osceola County?
Excuse me, Your Honor?
Oh, okay.
If I released her, would we give her a date in Osceola County I just don't want this to fall off.
Well, no, she'll still have she'll still be given all that information as far as the court date.
Okay, I understand what's happening now. I guess, and we do have the victim here, so.
Let me send an email on that. Give me one moment. To get back-
Orange. That makes sense. That's the only thing I could think of.
Give me one moment. If you can just give me a moment. If we can just put her to the back.
Okay.
Your Honor, if we can confirm that it is domestic violence, as we do have the, I guess, alleged victim here, if pretrial is saying that she qualifies, then I actually have no objection then to her being released PTR and whatever conditions we would normally do.
Let me just verify the court information.
This?
I apologize, I cannot do it because case management is down.
Domestic?
It may take a couple of minutes because I'm sending an email to my
We'll
supervisor.
circle back to this.
Thank you.
The warrant says domestic.
Sir, you can have a seat. We'll circle back to this.
Yeah.
You know,
The warrant says. I can't see the facts of it. Me either. This is not good.
okay. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Sean Amir Gaines Jr.
Hey, Mr. Gaines, you were arrested on a charge of violation of community control. And Judge Calderon signed the warrant on October 27th and set you at no bond. I'm going to stay the no bond status on that. And then you also have, okay, and that one was on 2021 CF 13011AO. Then you have failures to appear on 2022 CF 6499AO. You have failure to appear on a grand theft third degree and grand theft of a firearm 2 counts. And the judge has set you at no bond on that. I'll stay the no bond status on that. You had failed to appear for a trial management conference. And then also 2022 CF 13067 AO grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I'll stay the $1,500 bond on that case. Find probable cause and appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay, that's all.
Just waiting for a response.
What did we find out? Nothing. Okay. All right, I'm gonna run through the,
Oh, we're waiting. She said just give her a second.
I don't have a date. Do we have a date yet?
No, I'm waiting for a response.
Okay, all right.
Just give me a
I'm gonna run through the 33-day motions. Elmer Rudolph Tossi, 2022, CF 11570AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Okay, Prince Albert Hall II, 2022, CF 8003AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
2022 CF 11567AO, Stephen Richardson.
Denied, information was filed.
Jesse Earl Likes, 2022 CF 11674AO.
Granted, case was no billed.
Cesar Brito, 2022 CF 11681.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Lucius Alexander Levine, 2022 CF 11644.
Denied, information was filed.
Richu 10086.
Denied, information was filed.
Michael Perez, 2022 CF 11685.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Manuel de Jesus Munoz Bartolez, 2022 CF 11573.
Denied, information was filed.
Charles William Banks, 2022 CF 9027.
Sorry, wow.
Charles Banks.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Ronald James Paramore, 2022 CF 11623.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Deshaun Anthony Jones, 2022 MM 6748.
Denied, information was filed.
Bernard Anthony Bonamy, 2022 CF 11297.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Okay, I just got the email. She stated that, she gets the memo for Osceola County to report and call them. But I asked her about the court date. So I'm just waiting for her, because I put that in there also. I'm just waiting for her to respond to that. So what they do here is they get all the information, then they go over to Osceola County and they report to Osceola County for pretrial release, and then they set them up with the supervision. But the court date, let me just see what she says on that.
We don't give them a court date up here.
No, because it's not.
Because I know we do for Orange County with pretrial.
Right.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but they don't get they don't get a court date yet.
Yeah, we don't get a court date
Because-
until we file an information, so she wouldn't get one up here either.
Right, she won't get one here. She would have to do that in Osceola County.
Yeah, there is no court date, Your Honor. Because the state hasn't filed, there wouldn't be a court date yet.
Okay,
We are able to do the PTR if it's Osceola County.
we're what?
If it is Osceola County, you're on the battery DB, we still go through the qualifications and, we did qualify her, so we can still do the PTR.
All right, I'm Brianna Maris. I found probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. I'm going to release her on PTR. Special conditions, she has no hostile contact with the named victim, that she possessed no weapons, and that she stay in contact with her public defender. Okay? Because they may hear about a court date before you do. I don't want you missing court. Okay? All right? Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all.
Excuse me?
Release her as,
Is it possible for me to get like a note for me to go into work? Because I was supposed to be into work today, or anything showing that I was here?
you want a note to show that you were here?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Will the court minutes show that he was present?
It doesn't have his name listed on it, but I can have it. It just shows that the victim was sworn and testified.
That's going to have to do.
Thank you very much.
Write in anything else.
Yes, Your Honor.
Easy morning.